back. Oh, this one looks like so much fun. This gives me a very Wizard of Oz kind of feel. Oh, I love this. Oh my God, it looks like the movie, War of the Worlds, and it looks like the little things from that movie. And I was just talking about Tom Cruise in Top Gun, and he was in War of the Worlds. How funny is that? Wow, I really love this one already. Definitely want to see what this one's all about. Cool. Okay. Gotta wet my whistle, cause my whistle isn't wet because I've been talking too much. Okay. That was obnoxious. My apologies. Alright, here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to another Gimpys Gal Guesses with another DBG game. This one is called the War, I can't ever say this right. I always say the War of the Worlds and it doesn't sound right. The War of the Worlds. Yeah, board game from DBG. Nate told me nothing about this. In fact, I didn't even know this was coming, but this looks like such a cool game. I really enjoyed that movie. If any of you watched the last one that I just did on Down in Flames, I mentioned Top Gun in that and that Tom Cruise was in that. It's so funny because he was also in War of the Worlds when they did the movie version. So already I love the movie, and this looks very similar to that. The little creatures that walk around and make that like wah sound and scare the crap out of you. They're on the front of this box, but it is very colorful with like oranges and reds and yellows and very fiery, but very comic book looking. Like it's a drawing, but it looks like a comic book, and I love that. It also looks like a little bit of steampunk action going on in the title. I'm obsessed. So this is, again, DBG, The War of the Worlds. Artwork is by Nicholas Trail. Game design by Arnold Della Ciega. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Here is the front of the box. On the back, it says, very slowly, the circular top of the cylinder was rotating on its body. And then we have example of gameplay, game components, 112 cards, 4 sheets of counters, 30 plastic counter stands. Ooh, cool. So you get to have them like move around the board. That's awesome. 2 land and sea battle sheets, 2 custom dice, 25.5 times 22 or by 22 mounted tactical display, a rule book, 4 1/4 page Tesla tripod sheets. Don't know what that means. This is the back of the box. It hasn't even been unshrink wrapped yet, so I'm going to do that now if I can. I don't have any tools to do that, so pardon me. I have to use my teeth because I have no other tool on me to open this. There we go. All right, so let's open this sucker up because I really want to see what this is all about. It looks like something I would enjoy. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. One of my favorite games that Nate and I used to play, or Gimpy and I used to play, is Descent. I just love the storyline to that. But I'm really excited because this is the War of the Worlds, and I love that movie. So let's see what this is all about. So let's set the box there. Let's do it like that. All right, so let's grab everything out of here. Oh, here's the little stand. Oh, here's the cool dice and the cards. They look so like comic booky. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so here are the dice. It says 2 specialized dice or whatever. They just have green, yellow, and a red circle on them. So I'm assuming that means something, obviously. So those are the dice. We'll set those right there in front. Here are the cards. We have assembly event and production event. So I don't ever open these up because I like to let him organize them, but on the back of this one it says production phase, governmental action. You may roll a die, and then it tells you for whatever color you roll, according to the die, what happens. On this one it says focus, detect, and then same thing, whatever you roll, that's what it is. So, or the green means focus, detect. Don't know what that means. But anyways, it looks like it just tells you how you're rolling, how many dice you're rolling, and what each color means on the back of these cards. And these are both different types of event cards. Then we have the counter stands, which, like I said, it's like a game piece. So here's the board. Let's go ahead and open that up because it's a big one. No, it's not too big. All right, here's the board. Sorry, I'm having to hide behind it, but I want to get all of it in frame. So let's try to look at this like piece by piece here. I'm just going to open it and lay it down here so I can kind of gaze at it with, well, not with you, but you know what I mean. We're getting a second tripod, so I will actually be able to look at it with you. So it does look very steampunk. It's a very nice, very heavy board. It says War of the Worlds. I told you I can't say that on the bottom. Oh, I love this. It gives sequence of play on the board, so you never forget. Then we have different like pictures of, you know, things happening when the War of the Worlds is going on. Looks like a count, like a track over here that goes 0 to 10. Maybe that's how many turns there are. And then a map of the U.S., the East Coast. We're right here in North Carolina, so we're represented. There's different numbers attached to different areas. And then there's an area that says at sea. Yeah, so a very simple looking game board, but I'm not sure how we move around it. So we're gonna have to try to put the other pieces together to figure out how exactly we move around this board. Let's put that in there. Here are the counters. I like to save those for last. All right, Tesla's tripods. So there was 2 of these. It just says level 1, 2, 3, and 4 and what they do. So this is the enemy. I remember from the movie, I didn't know they were called Tesla's tripod, but that makes sense. They're a tripod and they're a mean robot. But it looks like they power up at different points. And when they power up, these cards represent what damage they can now do, what special abilities they now have. So I like this because it lets the enemy change as you progress in the game. So that's really cool. So this is level 1 and then level 2. Sorry, let me hold it a little better. Level 2, and then we have level 3 and level 4. So it levels up 4 times. It looks like there's 10 turns, I believe. So I don't know how often it would level up, but it looks like it does get to level up, which is cool. Then we have 2 more. This one looks like this is when you're at sea. This is what you will use when you are at sea, I believe. And it has little hexagons on here with different letters. And some ships, and then it says initiative down here at the bottom, and then this, again, more A, B, C, D, E. We have little, like, I don't know, they look like little dinosaurs. They look so cute, and they're so tiny. They're so tiny, you can't even tell what they are, but there's something on here, and it looks like buildings, and then again it says initiative. So these must be, this must be maybe when you're in a specific spot fighting, because on the map there was, like, different areas, so maybe this is more close up fighting, and then this is when you're at sea. Just guessing here, just for fun. Excuse me. Then we have the War of the Worlds, League of Terran Nations, and it just says different people: construction workers, engineers, the battle corps, assembly line workers, scientists, and astronomers. I think I, at one point, wanted to be an astronomer because I was obsessed with space. I went to NASA, let's see, I think I was in 6th grade. It was right before shuttle launch. In fact, this is just a little side story, by the way. The day that we went to NASA, we were in Orlando for Disney, so we went to NASA in Orlando. And the day we went, they were supposed to have a shuttle launch. I don't remember what shuttle it was, but this was like in 1999, I think. So I was so excited. I'd never really been into space, but being at NASA, seeing the International Space Station and seeing that they were going to be launching that day, it was so exciting. It ended up raining, and so we didn't get to see the space shuttle launch from the space station or from Kennedy Space Center, but we were at Disney the next day or 2 days later, and we actually felt the ground rumble and saw the fireball go up. So I've actually seen a space shuttle from afar be launched, and I promise you, I got home. I remember in my room looking out my window like in the movies and saying, one day I'm gonna go to the moon. How cheesy is that? But it's true. I was in 6th grade. I was bitten by the space bug. So I think I for a while, wanted to be an astronomer. I wanted to study all that there is in the cosmos. Now I'm more interested in what's going on down here. But this looks like it just tells you different people that are a part of this nation, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know. It looks like a little flowy chart kind of thing. I've mentioned that before. I think it was DVG that had the little flowy chart. It could be a little flowier. It could be a little less hard edges and a little more squiggly wiggly lines. That would be an improvement for me to look at. Not going to really affect gameplay, but just be cooler to see that. But I don't have a clue what this is for. No idea. Tesla's technology. So this must be telling us, okay, we have production phase, new cylinder placement, human action phase, Tesla's technology, nothing on the back of this, battle phase, devastation phase, escape phase, Martian action phase, and then Tesla's technology. So this is like what happens as you go through it, I guess. Like you have a production phase. I don't know. It all seems like it fits together perfectly, obviously. I just can't seem to get the pieces to fit in my mind. So let's save the counters for last like usual. Here is the rule book. 24 pages, so not too long. Let's just kind of glance through it really quick. So it talks about the custom die, which I think is cool. It looks like when I was a kid, this is like telling how old I am. By the way, I don't know if I'm going to say, oh well. I'll be 30 next Thursday, so a little nervous about that, but it's okay. I'll be fine. But these dice remind me when I was probably 3rd or 4th grade. I don't know if any of you who are older than me or younger than me, if the skating rink was as big of a deal, but we used to go to the skating rink all the time on field trips and with our friends. I had birthday parties there, and we had this big giant dice, but it had numbers on it, and there was a game we would play with it. But for some reason, I get that vibe from this. It's just a dice with a bunch of different colored circles on it, and they don't mean anything specific except for when you look at a card, it then tells you what that color means. And it's like some other dice I've seen where there's 2 yellow, there's 3 green, and 1 red. So red's going to be the hardest one to get, and then green will be the easiest, and yellow is in the middle. And so obviously, like, you get better results if you land on red, but it's going to be harder to do. So these don't mean anything as far as I can see on its own. It's all related to the specific card that you draw in these events, whatever those may be. So let's just, like I said, we have human counters, which that's cool. So we have like little people we can play as. Okay, I was right. Land battle and naval battle. So when you have a land battle, you use that land sheet. And when you have a naval battle, you use the one at sea. Duh. All right. Martian counters, those are like the enemies. And then production counters. It's just talking all about all the different counters. Sequence of play, I didn't read it on the board, but it says production phase, battle phase, devastation phase, human action phase, escape phase, which has victory points, and then Martian action phase, which also has victory points, and then assembly phase. So that's the sequence, and I'm assuming there must be 10 turns, and then there's points that you can get based on all the different things. So I don't know. The last one I guessed had a how to win box in it. I'm not seeing that in this. Yeah, I don't see a how to win, so it's not going to give me that cheat in here. But I will say that these counters are absolutely some of my favorite I have seen in a long time because they have the little Tesla's tripod at the top. They are adorable. And the best thing of all is you get to put them in these little stands. There's 30 of these stands, and you get to use them as your game piece. So I love game pieces. It doesn't have to be a meatball to get me excited. It just has to be something that I can play with that is mine. There's different colors of these aliens or the Tesla tripods. It looks like, oh, that's what those were. On the land battle, I said there was little dinosaurs. They were so teeny tiny and cute. They weren't. They're cannons or some type of weapon. So yeah, it looks like cannons. And then we have some like city or forest escape. I can't tell which. We have airships. We have death ray, an EMP bomb, a radio, an X-ray, and then we have these like dancing people at the bottom here. They're so cute, but these are all the same except for the alien ones say damaged on the back, and then the people down here at the bottom that are dancing on the back of this side, on the back it says 2 and on the front it says 1, and then these right here with like the city or whatever that is has like this little flowery, really pretty floral design on the back of it. So that's the front and that is the back of sheet 1. There's 4. Sheet 2, we have more of the Tesla tripods, and then we have Tesla tripod level 4. So I showed you those cards that made the Tesla tripod level up. So that is also resembled here or reflected here. We have more weapons, more people, ships, more dancing people, which I love because if you can see, look, they're dancing like they're having a party. And then we have different ships. We have Michigan, Maine, New York, North Carolina, Florida, and Texas. Then we have some type of alien thing here on these down here at the bottom, and then some other like scenery looking things. I have no idea what those are. As on the other ones, some of them say damaged. Some of them have a different number on the back that are on the front, and there's the back. That is sheet 2. More of the Tesla tripods on these in different colors. Then we have, it looks like maybe damage done to them. On some of them, more people, and then more steampunk things at the bottom with the little, what are those things called? Oh my gosh. I want to call it a thingamabob or a widget, but I can't think of what it's called. I'll think of it as soon as this is over, but it looks very steampunk. And then we have powder kegs, and we have some men on horseback. So there is the front. There is the back. I really love the colors on the enemy ones. Like I wish there was a way you could play as the enemy because I think that they look really cool and I love the color on them. We have more of those. We have some that say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have the Tesla coil, which I know is a real thing. We have several of those. Then we have some other weird spidery looking creepy crawly aliens, some ships, a French man, I guess. He's got a mustache and he's very close up and kind of awkward standing. And then we have explosive shells, trap, terrain, surprise shot, line of sight, just a whole bunch of different counters that I don't know what exactly they mean. So there's those. And I think that's all the components of this game. So this seems like one where you're, how many players did it say? Oh, I didn't read that part. Strategic and tactical individual tripods. It's a 1-player game. Oh, wow. Okay. Time to play 30 to 90 minutes per game, and complexity is low. So right up my alley if it's got low complexity. But it's a solitaire game, so I guess you're trying to defeat the Tesla tripods. And I don't think there was scenarios. So it'll just tell you in here, thundering outside, how to set it up. And then you go through the sequence of play, and these event cards can come in and can change things up a little bit, and you're basically trying to survive the war of the world, just like the movie. You get to reenact the movie with the actual little teeny tiny cute colorful tripods, and it just looks like a lot of fun. I just wish that I knew a little bit more of the details of play, but it looks like something I would enjoy, but I like playing with somebody. So I don't know, you know, I hate that it's just solitaire, but I bet it could still be a lot of fun. So this one looks really interesting, very different from anything I've seen, and I'm not sure how close at all I am on my guess, but it looks like it's exactly what it says it is. You're just trying to beat them, and it will tell you in here, I guess there's maybe different scenarios, different places you can start from, and the bad guys in this, the tripods, level up, and so as they level up, they become more powerful, but you can level up as well, I'm assuming. You can have parties where you can, you know, dance when you win. I'm just kidding, but yeah, this one looks very different, but I love that these are actual game pieces, and I can actually move them around on a board. And this one looks like, again, something that I could see myself playing, even though I've never really played a solitaire game. I could see myself trying this one, if not just for the sheer artwork and just the level of detail in the artwork on this. It's so, so colorful. I mean, I don't know if you can appreciate how colorful and detailed that is. It looks straight out of like a steampunk comic book. It's just amazing. So that is my guess of DBG's War of the Worlds. I will have some more up for you soon. Like I said, if you want to see any of these as a playthrough, or if you want more information on them, you want to see Gimpy do them, be sure to comment. He definitely checks his comments, checks his emails. I did recently start a Gimpys Gal Facebook page, so make sure you follow me there. I am planning to do polls and do questions and live interactions, and I post there what is coming up as far as YouTube and what we're going to be posting. So if you want all the latest on the Gimpys and Gimpy's family information, definitely check that out. I'm hoping to get Gimpy one set up soon, get Gimpy set up soon. what am I talking about? I sound like a lunatic. Get a Facebook set up for Gimpy soon so that you guys can follow him there, because he really, like me, he already was bitten by the bug, but after coming home, there's just so many things we want to do, new things we want to do and things we want to add, and we want to be able to interact with you guys more. So make sure you're subscribed here, obviously, and turn on the notification so that you never miss a video, and then follow us on all our different social medias. He'll list them all in the comment box below or the description box below, so you can follow us and be up to date in all things Gimpy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Why do these never fit the way they fit when you open them? How is this supposed to go in there? Hold on. This was in here perfectly neat before, and now it's like it's not going to happen for me. Is it like that? Or is it like that? Let's see. No, it's still not going to fit. I'm going to cry. Like that. Let's see. I don't think that was how it was either. It makes me crazy when I can't get them to fit. Ugh! I can't get it. I give up. I quit. I'm going to leave it for him. I'm just so sad. Oh, it's raining. All right, guys. I got to go let my kid come in because he's outside with Daddy trying to be quiet for me to film, and I just heard the bottom fall out, so I'm going to go get them.